Hi, it's Dr. Balmani here from Leeds Medical Center. Just with a quick video to show you how to use the Airmid app. This video doesn't show you how to download and log into the app. For that, have a look at the video I've linked in the description. That will show you how to download and log into the app using your existing System Online login details, or your existing NHS login, or how to create a new NHS login directly from the apps that you don't have to come to the surgery to verify your identification for. If we open up the app, you can see that it uses Face ID or fingerprint to log in, so make sure that's enabled on the app. This looks a little bit different than it would on a mobile phone because I'm using it on my tablet, but the functionality is exactly the same. The first screen you see is the home screen, which shows at the top the next appointment, who it's with, and where it is, and of course the date and time. If you click on that, you can actually review further details, see the number of the practice, and then add a reminder to your calendar or cancel the appointment if you can't make it. Down here you have online consultations. If you click on this, you'll see two things. To complete an online consultation about a medical issue, please click here. This will open up the Patches portal to allow you to make a new medical e-consultation. For administrative queries, i.e. non-medical things, such as fit notes or sick notes, forms, letters or reports, or a general admin inquiry, you can do that from the previous section within the Airmid app. So if you go back to that, this is a section down here. As you can see, it says to submit a non-medical query, please see below. So these are the three options. One is to do a fit note or a sick note. One is a paperwork request, and one is a general administrative inquiry. Each of these questionnaires will take you through some questions about your query. That will come through to the practice electronically, and then we will get back to you as required. If we come out of online consultations, this section is the announcements section, which you've probably seen the link to view the video, and we will keep updated this with various announcements. Down here is a shortcuts menu which allow you quick links to get to various parts of the app, and you can also add your own shortcuts, whichever ones you want, or if you long press you can remove a shortcut. If you click here at the top right, that will take you through to the Airmid patient help page, which will guide you through some common functionality. Let's go back to the app. We've had a look at the home screen. Now let's have a look at the menu. Up here is your patient profile, and if you click there, you'll be able to edit any particular details. This is the notifications section. Any notifications which we send you, for example, about your queries or your online consultations, will appear here. So make sure to check this section, and also make sure that notifications are enabled on your device. The messages functionality is not in use at the moment. The appointments section we've already had a look at. Online appointment bookings are available for certain long-term conditions, and we plan to review this through the coming year. Medication requests is an important part of the record. This allows you to see any outstanding medication requests, of which there are none. Click down here to create a new request. This should be a list of your repeat medication, but as you can see, this cannot be requested because the review date has passed and the patient has not had it for over a year. However, you can click Next to create a custom request. If we click Next, it will allow you to type some notes in there for a particular medication-related query, and then you can click Complete. If we go back, this section allows you to view your medical record, and you can see there are various subsections there. Let's click on Medical Record. This, as you can see, is the full record in reverse chronological order. This will allow you to see all consultations and codes in your record, along with any paperwork, such as previous sick notes or hospital letters. What you see here will depend on the level of records access that you do have, and I'll show you shortly how to request that access if it's not already enabled. At any point within your record, you can search from within the record using the search button. We'll remove that for now, but you can also click on here to export your record. You'll get a full PDF copy of your record from start to finish, including any consultations, which you can then save to your device, email, or print as you wish. Anywhere where you see this download button means that there's some paperwork. A Med3 statement, for example, is a fit note. So if I click on the fit note, it'll actually load that document up, and you can, as previously, click on the share icon in the top right to save it to your device, email it, or print it. Down at the bottom, you can navigate from full record. In order, you have the summary of your allergies, medications, recent readings, and diagnoses. This section is the full record, which we've just seen. Then you go to allergies. You can look at current and past medication. Then you can look at documents. This section allows you to view your vaccinations. And then the last section will show you your test results, including most scan results and all blood tests. You can see the date and time, and if you click on it, you can see who filed it and any actions. This might look a little bit confusing, but where it says communicate patient, that means that the clinician who's filed the record has sent a message to the patient. So it's important to watch out for your notifications and messages from the practice after having a blood test. But you don't have to call the practice. All your blood test results will appear here. And if there's anything that we need to contact you about, then we'll generally send a notification or a text message to let you know. In certain situations, we may request that you add data to your record. For example, in the online consultation section, if you've completed a paperwork request for a form, letter, report, or certificate, for example, rather than having to come in and drop the paperwork off to us, you can upload a copy to your medical record. If you let us know, we will then be able to review this. The way to do this is to go into the medical record section, as previously, click Add Data, and from here we will select Add Document. The document date will be from today, and for the document type, we'll pick an appropriate description, or if none of those are applicable, we will click Miscellaneous. Then we will either take a picture with the device camera, upload a picture from the device album, or click here to attach a file from your device. Once we've done that, you can click Save. Only upload documents if you've been asked to do so. Once you have done so, let us know, and then we will be able to access the documents. It's important to note that we are not notified of people uploading their documents, so do not rely on this to inform us of any changes unless it's been agreed with the administration team or the healthcare team beforehand. In a similar way, we can also add other readings to the record as well. For example, if you're working with your healthcare team to improve your blood pressure or your weight, you can add readings that you've taken at home to your record. For this, we would go to Add Data, and we would go up here, for example, to add blood pressure. The date would be from today, or it can be amended if you've taken your blood pressure yesterday but not got round to inputting it today, for example. Then you'll put the reading, the systolic reading, the top one, the diastolic reading, the bottom one, confirm which position you were in and which arm it was, and then you can click Save. and then we'll be able to view that blood pressure on your record. And working with your healthcare team, this is a good way of uploading readings, and then the clinician will be able to review that and advise you further. Moving on to the next section, the summary care record. The summary care record is an electronic record of important patient information created from GP medical records, and they can be seen and used by authorized staff in other areas of the healthcare system. As a minimum, the summary care record will hold important information about current medication, allergies, and the name, address, date of birth, and NHS number of the patient. The progress section allows you to map out certain indicators, for example, blood pressure, and allows you to keep a track on such things. Family is where you'll be able to see family members for whom you have access to the records. So if we click on there are two sections. The first is people whose record you can access. So usually this will be children under the age of 12. Any existing records access will carry over if you download and use the Airmid app. If you click on that, it will log in to that patient's record and view the record as if you were viewing it from that patient's point of view. If we go back, we can also see this section, people who can access your record. If you click here, it tells you the level of access that they have, and you can also remove access if needed. If we go back, this section under organizations will show you a list of organizations who are using Airmid. Here you can see this is the Leyland's Medical Center page, and it also shows you the level of access that you have. If you don't have access to your medical record, here it will say request access, and you can click that, and then we'll review your request, and if appropriate, we will authorize that. It also says down here surveys, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Surveys are questionnaires that we publish to be completed online. Please only complete them if they're relevant to you. For example, the travel questionnaire should only be completed if someone is planning to travel and thinks they may need vaccinations or anti-malaria tablets. Depending on your medical conditions, we may publish certain surveys that are only visible to you. For example, a survey about your long-term conditions. If you do see a survey here, make sure you only complete it if you've been asked to do so. Certain surveys may not be about medical issues per se, and may be about updating your smoking status or checking your ethnicity is recorded correctly. If you see those, please do complete them, so we have an up-to-date picture in your medical record. So that's a brief review of the Airmid app. I hope that's been very useful. Thank you very much for listening. Wishing you all the best of health.